I'm Ben Coombs and the owner at Casco Glassworks. I got into glass through college. I was an art student, and in the process of learning about sculpture and pottery, it turned out the school had a little glass shop in the kiln room of the ceramics department, and eventually I walked in there and was like, oh, fire. That is cool. I have been doing this now for making glass for, sorry, I have to close my eyes to think about that one. It's such a big number. 24 years now. It's the only job I've ever had. So glass in Maine, there's not much of glass in Maine. We lived in Seattle for a while, and there are hundreds and hundreds of glass blowers in Seattle. And here in Maine, there's like 5 studios and a dozen glass blowers. I didn't think much of Maine when I grew up here. I mean, I liked it well enough, but there's a perception, because there's not much glass here, that it's extra fragile, and it's not necessarily. My idealistic version of coming here and making more artistic pieces, we do that, but at the end of the day, we make a lot more wholesale products that are sort of gift-sized, because those turn over. Actually, lobster buoys, they just are obviously made to be made out of glass from my perspective. I mean, you look at the stripes, they're like half red and half blue, and that's like perfect glass combination. Not the color specifically, but just how that goes together. When we moved back here, I just instantly wanted to make buoys and be a part of the fabric of Maine. Sorry, that's really cheesy. That's not how I normally talk. But to be a part, I wanted to be inspired by Maine. I didn't realize that Maine was so cool until I left it.
I graduated from Tyler School of Art in 2012. After I completed a residency, I came back to Maine to visit, and I saw Ben had this great glass blowing studio. I popped in to say hi. I wanted to know who he was. And we got to talking. I said I was looking for a job, and he offered me a job. And
yeah, she's helped on and off ever since. And it's hard to get started on the business side of things.
In school, I got the impression that you couldn't really be a glass blower with your own studio and expect to just do that and make a living. And I saw Ben as someone who did do that, and he is doing that.
In the CAP program, I really wanted to help her get started making and selling.
For me, it was really refreshing and very invigorating to see that sort of grassroots, do-it-yourself attitude in reality and have it be a success and witness that firsthand.
Yeah, I mean, I want to see a glass community. There's not a pool of other glass blowers to lend their hands. Having an apprentice, the better it is for all the glass people. As people get used to seeing glass, it kind of helps everybody to have a bigger community.